And check out the view from the CTV Skywatch camera looking north on 13th Street North. Just a little over a half hour ago there in that shot. We had a fair amount of sunshine today. You could see a very well-defined Chinook arch if you look to the west. 7 degrees is where we're at right now. Starting to get a little cloudy out there. Our high was 8 degrees. We achieved that at noon and hung on to that for a couple of hours. And -6 was our low, and we hit that at 1 a.m. So temperatures all over this side of the Continental Divide, pretty positive numbers and well above average for most areas. Our average here is -2 in Lethbridge, so we've certainly surpassed that number. To the west of the Continental Divide, a little cooler. And on this side of the Continental Divide, there are the record temperatures for today. Even Banff and Jasper picking up some of those milder conditions. But of course, up in that area, you see where the watches and warnings out. Well, it's a warning right now. The wind here and all the way up north, Grand Cache area, looking at those strong winds as well. So anything north of that is already seeing snow. Anything that's in those kind of wind tunnel areas, the snow is in the upper levels in a lot of those areas, but it's not making its way down to the surface because of the strong winds. And you can see that flow out of the northwest that I was telling Jackie about. And then this little area of high pressure that's trying to reestablish itself in southeastern BC. So the gradient between the area of high pressure and the low is very tight, and that's where the wind gets funneled through, and it's been doing that for several days now. We're still looking at that mixed precipitation in the higher levels as you look to the west. And then in southern Alberta, as the days go on, we'll see a lot of sunshine here, but as we get into Sunday, area of high pressure collapses, and it allows a lot of this precipitation to make its way into southern Alberta. It'll start to begin on Friday with that cloud cover. But then as we get into Sunday, that precipitation will sink into southern Alberta, looking at some flurries or light snow on Sunday. But then we start the week with the area of high pressure redeveloping again, and we're back into pretty nice temperatures, and you'll see that in the 5-day forecast. Down east, wind chill is the big factor. There's a huge low pressure center in Hudson's Bay. The rotation around that is affecting areas in northern Manitoba, northern Ontario, Quebec, all the way into the St. Lawrence Seaway, actually, with those strong winds really pulling down those temperatures. -22 degrees in Winnipeg right now, some light snow there, -12, double -12s in Regina and Saskatoon, 1 degree in Edmonton, -2 in Kelowna. It was sunny on the coast in Vancouver today, snowing up in Whitehorse. There's blizzard conditions up in the Dempster area in the Yukon, and blizzard warnings are out for various areas right through the Northwest Territories and into Nunavut even. Overnight forecast, East Kootenay, you're looking at partly cloudy skies tonight, down to -7, +6 for a high tomorrow. Sun and cloud mix for you throughout the day. Crow's Nest Pass, clear tonight, windy tomorrow again. Sunshine tomorrow throughout the day, 6 degrees for a daytime high for you. For Medicine Hat, you folks will be under windy conditions tonight, clear skies down to 1 degree. Tomorrow, sun and cloud mix and highs of 5. Well, okay, maybe you'll get to 6. We'll get to 6. Well, we'll share it with you folks in Medicine Hat. Our overnight low is 2 degrees. Our daytime high tomorrow is 6 degrees. We'll have a sun and cloud mix, and our winds will be up as well. We're going to check out the 5-day forecast here, and you can see how we kind of go up and down over the next few days. We got 6 degrees tomorrow. Saturday is 0. Sunday's the day. Right now, it looks like the jet stream collapses. That area of high pressure pushes south a little bit, so it allows some of that precipitation to move into southern Alberta, -7 daytime high. But then jet stream is going to rise as we start the work week. An area of high pressure redevelops, and we get those really nice temperatures. So, you know, it's that bumpy January weather. Dory story. Speaking of bumpy, if you're feeling really icky, you're not alone. It's a trek that many people in southern Alberta are making, off to the pharmacy in search of some relief for the miserable symptoms they're feeling. But just what are the symptoms, and what do they mean? Is it a cold with symptoms like a sore throat, runny nose, congestion? Is there a fever present? How can you tell if it's something more serious? How can you tell if it's the flu?
We tend to see a little more severe symptoms, so certainly a fever, going into the chills, body aches, and can lead to nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, that kind of concern. So it's usually more the fever that is the hallmark for a flu. And if you're going on day 2 and you're still pushing that 40 degrees Celsius, if you're above 40 degrees, for sure, I'd be going to the hospital right away. If it's the nausea or diarrhea that is just uncontrollable, not stopping, and you're seeing signs of dehydration, so that lightheadedness, that dizziness, you just can't function, concentrate, those kind of things, then still worthwhile getting it checked out.
Now, these are a general list of common cold symptoms. With rest and lots of liquids, colds clear up in about a week. The flu can last for a few days or for a week or longer. A complication can be pneumonia, especially in the elderly or very young, or in people with lung or heart conditions.
If you want to get those kind of vitamins that kind of boost the immune system, your vitamin C, your echinacea, your cold effects, those kind of things, still suggested. Always good to, again, check with your pharmacist, make sure those are going to be okay for you. And your flu shot certainly is still recommended and readily available still.
Dory's Story, sponsored by Langenberg Optical, voted best of the best for 2012.